to introduce you to our second episode of Toast. We had so much fun with our previous episode that we are launching this with a bang. So for this episode, we're going to indulge a little bit into homemade gourmet sandwiches. I call them Samishes because they make me feel a little bit more at home, but we're going to add a little bit of a flair so that you can pump up your sandwich for the future. As said previously, my name is Anle and I'll be your content creator, insider, and I will make sure that you will get all the step-by-steps to have a fantastic meal at the end of this episode. You'll find us on all of our social media pages. Please comment, click, share. We have now extended our social media group onto Pinterest and LinkedIn as well. You'll also find us on Facebook and on Instagram. And obviously the idea is that you go check out our website and our Toasty blog that will give you all the latest deets. That is important. So without further ado, we will kick off with the perfect classic BLT, which stands for bacon, lettuce and tomato, giving you a little bit of a history around that. Then we'll move on to a perfect starter for a garlic ciabatta but with a twist, and then lastly we'll finish off with a gourmet roast beef filled croissant. So for the BLT, this is all the ingredients that you're going to use. And obviously the idea is to make it as juicy and as sexy as possible. So we're going to start off with the bacon because that takes the longest to fry up until crispy. So you should bring up your stovetop very high heat, between 7 and 8, so that you can get that instant sizzle. Make sure that your bacon doesn't fry to the pan, so you need to turn it every once in a while, but don't fiddle with it too often. The idea is that it actually fries in its own juices. Right, so I'm going to layer it into the pan and then we'll go on to making your mayonnaise. So there is this rumor, actually a little bit of a myth, that making your own homemade mayonnaise is truly difficult. And I'm going to show you that it's not difficult at all. So I'm going to start off with the egg at the bottom, add the oil to the top, the extra ingredients for taste, and then you will see how the process runs from there. So kicking off, make sure that your egg yolk does not break at the bottom. Adding oil with oil. Touch of lemon zest. Dijon mustard, and that is the combination between mustard and lemon zest really is special. Alright, so now for the easy part, they say. Make sure that your blender is just above the egg yolk itself. Bottoms up. Alright, now you've got your mayonnaise, you've got your bacon that's nice and smoky. So now, what it's up to for assembly. So I've toasted off my bread. You can honestly choose any bread of your liking. I've chosen ciabatta just for the looks. No, actually because it's one of my favorites. So I'm going to start off with a nice big chunk of mayonnaise first. Lettuce, a little bit of salt and pepper on the tomato. Crunchy bacon, and because I'm a bacon lover, at least 3 to 4 strips of bacon, a little bit of extra mayonnaise on your second bread. Crunch it all together. So when it comes to a toasty like this, a classic BLT that's been in the history books for a very long time. Only way to know whether the proof is in the pudding or in the bacon for our ciabatta, our garlic ciabatta. Our trick today is going to show you how to make sure that you get all of that sweetness out of the garlic, that it doesn't have that sting, but just adds to smooth, very beautiful garlic flavor to the whole garlic ciabatta. So in this case, what we're going to teach you is cut the garlic, a whole garlic house. Yes, this is going to be, you need to make sure if you sleeping next to someone else that they enjoy this garlic bread with you, because otherwise you'll be kicked out of the room for the day. So make sure that you take off as much of the garlic paper as you can. Alright, so now that you have removed all of the paper on the outsides, just keep the paper on the inside of the little filos in the inside, just to keep the garlic house all together. Going to drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil and just put it in the oven on 180 degrees for about 40 minutes to make sure that all of those juices is cooking within the garlic. Alright, now it's ready for the oven. I've got a little bit of extra virgin olive oil here, and I've put the ciabatta in the oven for a few moments just to roast up. So I'm going to start off with adding a little bit of olive oil to the bases of the bread. Just drizzle a little bit of it to make sure that it's not too dry. Then you take your entire garlic house and you smash it over the bread, making sure that all of that garlic is filtering into the bread. So like I said, make sure that you either sleep alone or that your partner joins you for the starter. There you go. Perfect. Just add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. So for our gourmet filled croissant roast beef, it's very imperative for this recipe to make sure that you get all the juiciness out of it. So I'm going to show you how to prepare the roast beef. Of course, you can use it for a whole lot of other things as well, but in this case I just want to show you the love that needs to go into this roast beef to make sure that ultimately your sandwich is amazing. So you've seen all of the ingredients. I'm going to start off with a little bit of olive oil, give it a good coating. So all of the ingredients you're just going to drizzle on top and show as much as possible of some salt and pepper, and rub all of that flavor into your roast beef. Turn it around, continue the process. So all of these flavors will then ultimately add to that perfect balance altogether. Give it a good chunk of salt, because because obviously in the oven it fades away a little bit. Your oven should be preheated at 180 degrees, making sure that it heats up nice and hot. Make sure that you don't leave any spices out. And you're going to place this as is into the oven for about an hour to 45 minutes, maybe an hour and a half. The gourmet filled roast beef croissant. We are going to start off with spreading some of the butter at the bottom of the croissant, just so that there is a little bit of extra moisture. The croissant can either be 100% fresh, coming just from the oven, or it can have stayed for stay around for a day or so. The choice, it depends on how you enjoy your croissant. Then a little bit of mayonnaise. Make sure there is a lot going around so that there is a lot of juiciness. Fill it to the edges so that there is no dry parts. Then a bit of lettuce. And then what I enjoy doing is adding tomato, cheese. That is not a gourmet roast beef filled croissant. Then I don't know what is. Enjoy. Alright folks, so that is what we have to offer for you for today. I hope that you will now go brag between your friends and family with a proper, whether it is either a classic BLT with smoky bacon, a garlic ciabatta that has all the love in the world, and then obviously the winner for tonight will be the roast beef filled croissant. We hope that you enjoy making these masterpieces all by yourself, and we're super excited to welcome you back for our next episode. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you very soon. Thank you for toasting with Anlay.